sketch. Unbidden, the serving-maid delivered another glass of hot rum and water. The maid, maybe 14, with wide apple-coloured cheeks and a weak chin, gave him a sideways glance full of suspicion. He grinned at her and pointed to his face. "Soot from the fire. I'm sending a report back to London." His hand brushed against his shoulder, puffing soot from his black tailcoat into his eyes. She pressed her lips together and marched away, her little body taut with indignation. Well, she didn't understand he had to send his report by the next mail coach. Not much time for sentiment or bathing just yet. By the time he finished his notes, the drinks hadn't done their job of settling his cough. He knew it would worsen if he lay down, so he opened his writing desk to pull out a piece of notepaper. "Dearest Fanny," he wrote to his sister, "where to begin? I wrote my betrothed this morning, so I thought I should send my news to someone else. Was ever a man so busy? I'm editing my upcoming book. Did I tell you it will be called Sketches by Boz? I have to turn in the revisions for volumes 1 and 2 by the end of the year, in advance of the first volume releasing February 8th. I'm also working on an operetta, thanks to that conversation with your friend John Huller, in my head at least. I hope to actually commence writing it as soon as my revisions are done. I remember all the happy Christmas memories of our earliest childhood, the games and songs and ghost stories when we lived in Portsmouth, and hope to recreate them in my own sweet home next year. How merry it will be to share Christmas with the Hogarths. To think that you, Letitia, and I will be settled soon with our life's companions. Soon we will know the sounds of happy children at our hearths, and celebrate all the joys that the season should contain in our private chambers." He set down his pen without signing the letter. It might be that he would have more to add before returning to London. He had no idea how long it would be before they recovered the Marchioness of Salisbury's body, if indeed anything was left. Restacking his papers, he considered the question of her jewels. Had they burned? At least the priceless volumes in the library all had survived, despite the walls being damaged. His brain kept churning, so he pulled out his copy of Sketches by Boz. He would edit for a while before retiring to his room at the Salisbury Arms. No time for sleep when work had to be done. Pounding on the chamber door woke him. Daylight scarcely streamed through the tattered edges of the inn's curtain. Charles coughed. He still tasted acrid soot at the back of his throat. Indeed, it coated his tongue. The pounding came again as he scratched his unshaven chin. Had the Morning Chronicle sent someone after him? He'd put his first dispatch from the fire on the mail coach. Pulling his frock coat over his stained shirt, he hopped across the floor while he tugged on his dirty trousers. Soot puffed into the air with each bounce. "Coming! Coming!" he called. The hinges squeaked horribly when he opened the door. On the other side stood a white-capped maid. She wore a dark cloak over her dress. A bundle nestled between her joined arms. Had she been kicking the door? "Can I help you?" Charles asked, politely enough for the hour. To his right his boots were gone. He had left them to be polished. The girl lifted her bundle. The lump of clothes moved. He frowned, then leaned over the lump. A plump face topped by a thatch of black hair stared back. A baby? Was she hoping for alms? "What's your name, girl?"
"Madge, sir. Madge Porter."
"Well, Madge Porter, I can spare you a few coins for the babe if you'll wait for a moment. Having hard times?" She stared hard at him. He realized the cloaked figure was the tiny serving-maid from the 8 Bells.
"He's my sister's child."
"I see. Is she at work?" He laughed choked. "She is not in here with me, if that's what you're thinking." Her mouth hung open for a moment.
"No, sir, I don't think that."
"What, then?" He glanced around for his overcoat, which had a few coins in a pocket. "What is the babe's name?"
"Timothy, sir."
She tightened her weak chin until her pale skin folded in on itself.
"Timothy Dickens,"
she warbled. "Dickens?" He took another glance at the babe. Cherry-red pursed lips and a squashed button of a nose. He didn't see any resemblance to his relatives. His voice sharpened. "Goodness, Madge, what a coincidence." Her voice strengthened.
"I don't think so, sir."
He frowned. The serving-maid did not seem to understand his sarcasm. "I've never been to Hatfield before. My family is from Portsmouth. I don't know if your Timothy Dickens is a distant relative of mine or not. Who is his father?"
"She died in the fire."
He tilted his head at the non sequitur.